Afternoon all, Chief Prepper here. So, I haven't done a video in a while. Took a break this past weekend. Went up to Abilene again. Did some research. I have a 40-year high school reunion coming up and stayed in a different hotel. It was cheaper. I'm not exactly sure I like it, but it serves the purpose. But I've been thinking about this often as I do before I do a video for a week or so. How free are we? How much programming is actually happening, and it's been happening for forever, and we don't even question it? So some of you will be like, what are you talking about? Well, when I was growing up, we said the Pledge of Allegiance. We were very patriotic. I started working when I was 11, throwing newspapers. When I was 13, I started bagging groceries, and then at 15, I laid carpet for 90 days, and then I went into working for Abilene Independent School District Maintenance Department, doing cabinetry work and repairing windows. That's why I got a scar. But our whole lives we're told to go to school, get good grades. The patriotism that used to exist isn't there as much anymore, which is, kind of a problem. We're taught to, got to go to work, got to pay taxes, and I guess the newer generation is kind of bucking that. They tax the absolute living shit out of us. And then if you don't pay your taxes, you're definitely not free, because they'll fucking put your ass on the street and they'll take your house from you if you have one. And I've often said, the devil on earth is money. You cannot do anything without money. Now, I think money is actually going to change. The definition of it is not going to be fiat currency, which is the paper money. I think we're going to be, I called it months ago that we're going to be on a digital currency before the end of Trump's term. Because they've squeezed every fucking dime, nickel, penny, and quarter out of the fucking paper money that they can, and I think we'll be 40 trillion in debt by the time Trump leaves office. He's talking about giving people surplus or checks again, which is terrible for the fucking economy. I mean, if you look at what happened to the economy after COVID and they gave out all that fucking money, it's only going to get worse. Now, I think we're to the point where we're so far gone that we can't stop. And if that's the case, then I've said for months now that I think Trump is a dark horse. I think he's a part of the swamp. I'm not sure that he was a part of the swamp his first term. I don't think he was, but they're not fighting him as much as they were, and the network news is not fucking running everything that they can that's negative about him like he was. And if you look at his history when he was in New York, and he's been in New York for decades, the Democrats fucking loved his ass until he ran on the Republican ticket. So I'm not sure that he's not the dark horse, and I'm not sure that we're as free as we think we are. During socialism and communism, we're definitely freer than any countries like that. But if you think about it, you got to go to school somewhere, or your mom or your father has to home teach you, and then they have to have approval. The education system sucks. Teachers are not allowed to really teach anymore, and they're more about spreading word about shit that they shouldn't be talking about in school. And then in the universities, they're more about trying to teach everybody that America's bad. So think about it. maintain your mental health with all the fucking stress that's out there from watching the oh my god, the sky's falling today. I'm to the point where fuck it, if it falls, it falls. If it doesn't, I'm gonna live my life. So, you know, I'm in a different position than many people. I have a lot of preparations. I can survive quite a long time, but make sure you look at what makes you happy and pursue that. You know, there's a lot of people that confuse work, younger people especially, and then women seem to think that you need to fucking have fun while you're working. Work needs to be fun. Well, by definition, work is work. You know, it being something that you fucking abhor when you're going to it, that's not what you want. But, you know, if you think you're gonna go to work and have a fucking party every day, then, well, you're fucking delusional. So, you gotta figure out how you want to live. You gotta figure out what you want, and then you gotta figure out how to pay for it. That's the way it is. There's no fucking getting around that. But think about how free we actually are or are not. Because I'm not sure we're as free as I'm sure we're freer than Soviet and socialist and communist countries, but we're, you know, over and over and over, they're trying to take away rights. All right, and the Patriot Act was passed because we're going to make you safer. Not so sure. And I know that AI and data centers are the fucking, they suck the electricity grid dry and they fucking use a lot of water to fucking cool them. So it's a bad deal. We're going down a path that is ultimately going to fucking kill us because only 7% of the water on Earth is potable. And I know they're probably not using gray water or water that is not potable to fucking cool those facilities. So, seen videos recently of people who the government is subsidizing data centers. We're paying for all the electricity that they fucking use. We, as in the fucking customers that are not industrial, and they get a lot of fucking tax breaks that we don't get. So think about it. Information is knowledge and power. Live a little, prep a lot, share the love. G Prepper out.